Hey, class of 2020. I hope everybody is doing well and socially distancing. I hope that you guys are healthy and happy. Thank you again for all of your continued participation throughout our social distancing, whatever this is, self-quarantine stuff. I hope that this week finds you well, and here is Life 101 continued. All right, so let's start off by talking about mental health. Mental health is super important, but it's also super tricky. Every person has different needs. The main thing I could tell you is take care of yourself. If you need help, ask for it. There is no shame in going to see a therapist if that's what you need, or telling somebody that you need to talk to them, or that you need to take care of something, or that you need help dealing with an issue that's weighing on your mind or heart. It's okay to say no to people. It's okay to just take time for yourself. It's okay to do things in moderation. You have to take care of yourself. If you're tired, you stay home. If you're sick, you stay home. There is no award for being the hardest worker most of the time. Like, nobody's going to come in and say, hey, you worked really hard and you did your job, so good for you. Here's an extra cookie. It doesn't happen. So if you need to back down or back off for a little while, it's okay. If you're feeling tired, exhausted, wore out, whatever. There's plenty of apps for breathing exercises and meditation that you can incorporate. Make sure that you're getting rest and sleep, and make sure that when you're feeling stressed out, you have good coping skills. Take a step back and breathe for 10 seconds. Take advantage of those meditation apps and things like that. Meditation does not mean that you're, sitting in weird positions and your mind is completely clear, and that you've become a master yogi or something like that. Meditation is just different skills and different ideas and different ways to clear your mind of the things that are stressing you, so that you can come back and look at them with clear thoughts. All right, learning from failure. Failure is a fact of life. You're not going to go out into the world and be a rock star first time around. Very few people will be super successful at everything they do first try. The only way that it's truly a failure is if you don't take that as an opportunity to learn from it. So if something goes bad, something goes wrong, and you just kind of keep doing it the same way over and over and over again, you're not learning from the failure. You're just failing. So take an opportunity when you don't do great first time around. What did you do wrong? What could you have done better? Listen to feedback. A lot of times, if you don't do something right or you don't do a great job, the supervisor or whoever you're dealing with will tell you, hey, try it this way next time. Listen to that. But you will fail. You'll probably fail a lot, and you'll fail often, and it's okay. So just as long as you learn from it and you make adjustments as you go forward, it's okay. So just make sure that you listen to that feedback, and know that it's okay to not rock it out the first time. So. How to be your own person. Everybody is different, and everybody is going to be their own different person. So how to be your own person is just be you. Have some alone time, and just do things on your own. That will help you figure yourself out a lot faster, to just kind of be able to be alone with yourself. If you're not comfortable with something, don't do it. You're not the person next to you. You're not your friends. You're not your siblings. You're not your parents. You're you. And if they're asking you to do something that you're not comfortable with or that you don't enjoy, you don't have to do it. And be upfront and honest with everyone about who you are and your expectations of them as well. by being upfront with other people, it allows you to be you. So, and what your expectations are of people, of friends, of people who you're in relationships with, people around you. So if you're upfront with them, it'll help you respect yourself and be your own person too. So. Public speaking. I know you guys have had to give lots of presentations throughout your high school time, so hopefully that's prepared you for a lot of it. And there are some of you who are still and will always be uncomfortable with it, and that's okay too. It's not for everyone. The biggest thing is make eye contact. If you're in a large group, give the illusion that you're making eye contact. You look out into that audience, look towards the back of that room. Don't cuss. I mean, in most situations, don't cuss. I mean, of course, obviously, it's all about knowing your audience. Some audiences will be okay with you dropping F-bombs, some won't. If you are going into, for example, real estate and you're doing a lunch and learn teaching new clients how to buy a house, you're not going to go up in there and, yo, what's up, mother effers? It's not what you're going to be doing. Just like I don't cuss, well, most of the time I don't cuss in front of you guys as a class. It's not appropriate. So it's knowing your audience and knowing what to say and how to say it and what kind of jargon or slang that you cannot get away with. So the biggest thing is make it look like you're giving eye contact and know who you're speaking to and make whoever you're speaking to feel like you're giving them valuable information and that you know who it is you're speaking to. Real life problems. There's a lot. I'd love to tell you that once you get out into the real world that life is cake and, you get whatever you want and it gets to be whatever you want it to be. It's not always the case. Real life problems are bills. They never go away. You will always have them. If you were participating in last week's activities, you did a budget and you know that there are things that you have to pay every month and there's no getting out of it. And to be honest, when I gave you that assignment, I lowballed a lot of the estimations of what you will be paying. So having that budget and sticking to that budget is a real life problem. Life happens and sometimes things come up that are unexpected and it can throw a wrench in the plans. This whole COVID-19 thing, it hit a lot of people in the budget because a lot of people lost their jobs and a lot of people don't have savings. So relationship issues, you're with that person who for the first few months seemed like they were perfect and they were wonderful. And then all of a sudden those little things that you thought were so cute in the beginning aren't cute anymore. And now they bother you. How do you deal with that? So relationship issues, those are real life problems too. Health issues, getting sick, getting that surprise diagnosis, having enough money. The biggest thing I tell you is, make sure you have your savings before you go out onto your own. Make sure you have enough money saved to cover 6 months worth of bills before you leave that house, before you leave that nest if you can. Because you never know what's going to come up. Things are unexpected. One of my favorite sayings, and I believe it was John Lennon, he said, life is what happens when you're busy making other plans. You don't plan for things and they happen. So just being prepared will help you. And being prepared financially is huge. I'm not going to say it's going to make your life perfect, but it'll help you a lot to have that savings. And just know, no matter what, with every problem that you have, when you're in the thick of it, it doesn't seem like it's ever going to end. It doesn't ever seem like it's going to get better, but this too shall pass. It's true. Everything passes. Take those times when you're going through the thick of it. Take that time when you're in the middle of what seems like it's going to last forever and is so miserable, and just know it's going to be done, and try to figure out what's trying to be taught here. What can you learn from this situation? What is the ultimate goal from this? What do you want to get out of this? And what do you want the solution to be? And what are you learning through this that you can bring into your life going forward? So I hope this helps. I hope this Life 101 has been beneficial for you. We've got one more week of these slides. I think this would have been a lot better if we were doing this in the classroom versus on a YouTube video. I miss your questions. I miss the dialogue. So I hope this has been beneficial. I don't really know. So let's talk about your assignment going forward. So today's lessons mostly dealt with mental health, what we talked about, what little I could give you as far as advice from my own personal life. So your assignment is going to be dealing with mental health as well. One of the biggest hurdles in mental health is accountability. So sometimes things happen between you and other people, and then you start feeling guilty and you start feeling down and, oh, I really screwed this up, and, oh, I'm a horrible person or whatever. And sometimes it's not always easy to turn around and talk to a person and say, hey, I'm sorry, I effed up. So your first assignment is going to be to write an apology letter and take accountability for something that you have done to hurt someone, or that somebody may have perceived that you did that hurt them. Because sometimes we do things and we didn't intend it, but the outcome is not what we intended, and somebody's not feeling so great about what you did. And perception is reality. So somebody's hurt by what they think that you did or whatever. So when you write an apology letter, you want to keep out the buts, like, I'm sorry, but, and turning, shifting that blame back onto that person. You want to just take simple accountability. I'm sorry I did this. I'm sorry that I hurt your feelings. I'm sorry that I said this. Regardless of what your intent was, apologize. All right. Like I said in the previous slide, perception is reality. So sometimes people have done things to you, and that weighs heavy on your mind, like that you're feeling hurt about something. So having to confront somebody is not always easy. And sometimes it's hard to look them in the face and say, you really did this to me and you really made me feel bad. So you're going to write a second letter, and you're going to address the person who hurt you. And you're not going to come at them. This isn't a Twitter war. You're not going to set the house on fire. You are just going to say simply, hey, this is what you did and this is how it made me feel. So it's a nice statement. It's, I feel this way because. So that's your second assignment. All right, so what I didn't address in the actual lecture, and I'm going to address now in the assignment, is that social media is a flaming dumpster fire for mental health. What it does is it is a highlight reel, or it could be a drama fest. It depends, because you have those people who vague post and, I'm so hurt, but I'm not going to say who or how. But most of the time it's a highlight reel. When somebody posts a selfie, it's not the first selfie that they took. Nobody is ever perfect on their first selfie. We know this. But at the same time, we see these perfect selfies and these filters and, oh, my life is so great. And we end up getting caught in a feedback loop of comparison where we're comparing our lives to these people's highlight reels. We don't see their hurts. We don't see their pains. We don't see their insecurities. We don't see the cellulite. We don't see the wrinkles or whatever. So in comparison, we start to feel bad. So what I want you guys to do is I want you to disconnect for at least 30 minutes. That means you're not checking your text messages. You are not checking any of your feeds. You're not checking your streaks, nothing. Where you're not even watching TV. So you're disconnecting from all life, basically. All electronic tethers, all electronic life for a minimum of 30 minutes. And I want you to write about what you did in that 30 minutes and how you felt after. Did you feel anxious because you were disconnected? You were pulled away from that wonderful tether of yours? Or did you feel peaceful? What did you do? Did you read a book? Did you, sit and draw? Did you write a letter? Did you just sit in peace? Did you exercise? Did you go for a walk? What was your thoughts during that time? So that is going to be your final assignment for this week. So I hope you guys are enjoying this. I hope you guys are continuing to check in. I see a lot of you guys also binged Tiger King during this time off. Yes, and Carol Baskin is so guilty. So, which is what the majority of you guys indicated too. So, I hope you guys enjoy this week, and may the 4th be with you and all that other nerd stuff that's going on this week for the 4th of May. So I miss you guys. Thank you for all of your participation and all of your hard work and all your check-ins during this time. And I miss you.